are tuned in to the NUC NFL Draft Bible Players Spotlight Show.
Welcome back to the NUC NFL Draft Bibles Players Spotlight Show. I am your host, Chris Shanafelt, and we are presented by the College Gridiron Showcase. To nominate a player for the third annual College Gridiron Showcase and Symposium, log on to cgsallstar.com. Stay tuned for our 2017 College Gridiron Showcase watch list presented by the NUC NFL Draft Bible, which will be posted immediately following the 2016 NFL Draft, less than 3 weeks away. Follow College Gridiron Showcase on Twitter at CGSAllstar. The College Gridiron Showcase, it's not where you play, it's how you play. And joining the Player Spotlight show now is Andy Jones, the wide receiver out of Jacksonville University and a College Gridiron Showcase alum. And Andy, we appreciate you taking some time this afternoon. And we'll start off right there. What was it like to go up against some quality opponents over at the College Gridiron Showcase a couple of months ago over in Texas?
Oh, well, just start off by saying thank you for this opportunity. But definitely, it was definitely a great experience, seeing guys from all different areas, seeing different techniques and seeing different body types, was definitely a good thing for me to see because it's something that hopefully I get to see later on playing football. But it was definitely, eye-opening. Love the competition level, and I do feel like I got better from that.
Yeah, obviously Jacksonville University, you guys are a D1 AA FCS program. You guys had the College Gridiron Showcase had guys from, some of the big-time programs in, Tennessee, Michigan State, to Division II programs as well. Just a really wide variety of competition over there in Bedford, Texas. Now, over the last few weeks, Andy, you were able to participate in a couple of pro days over at the University of Florida and then at your stomping grounds at Jacksonville. And you're really able to put up some impressive numbers. You measured in at just over 6'1", 217 pounds. You ran a 4.5 flat 40. You had a 41.5-inch vertical, 11.1 broad jump, and a 6.97 3-cone. Where have you been training at to put up those type of numbers? And I got to ask, are you satisfied with those numbers that you were able to record?
I do feel like those numbers were good. But, at the same time, you always think that you can do better. But, yeah, I really, I shocked myself with some of those numbers. Some of those are PRs that I had never done. So it was really good to see that. But, I've been training at my school outside of classes, working and trying to get that schedule all situated. And I've also been at a place called the Hit Center, which is in Jacksonville. It's probably 30 minutes up the road. I've been going to both of those places. But during my break and during the summer, I've been at the Excel Speed training back home, working with Lowood. I had to say those definitely helped me be more explosive and really helped me with my speed.
Nice. Well, whenever you could get personal records, personal bests at your pro day, I don't think there's anything better than that right there. And obviously that 41.5-inch vertical really stands out. 4.5 40 is also very nice as well, especially when you're able to leap as high as you're able to. What has the feedback been like? Have you been able to hear from any scouts and what they may be saying about the wide receiver out of Jacksonville University, Andy Jones?
They really, excited. Turned some heads. A lot of teams didn't really know, I guess my athletic ability, but definitely opened some eyes. And I'm hearing good things, and I'm hoping to keep hearing good things. So just gonna see where it leads from here.
Yeah, we're hitting the home stretch, less than 3 weeks away from the 2016 NFL Draft. Was there anything that you wanted to prove to the scouts that were in attendance there at those pro days? Was there any questions a part of your game that you wanted to answer? Just my level of definitely that I was willing to compete. At the pro days, the scouts gave me routes to run, but after most of the routes, he was like, is there anything else you want to run? And I just started rattling off routes that I wanted to show them. I think they really liked, that I stepped up and was saying, I want to run this, I want to run that, run that. So I really trying to show them that I can compete, and I believe I've done that. So. Yeah, and you know what? It's obviously a good time to show the scouts everything you're capable of doing. And when they're in attendance, why not go ahead and grab a couple and be like, here, what else do you guys want me to do? I could do this, this, and this. And obviously you certainly took advantage of having those scouts there in attendance to see you work out. Do you have any workouts or visits scheduled?
Well, I've been in contact with some teams, Colts, Seahawks, and some other teams. But, yeah, right now I'm just working out, really just trying to stay in shape, just be ready for whatever team, calls or whatever happens. I just want to be ready to go.
I got to think that you are at least pretty happy that you ran your last 40. I mean, I don't think you have any other pro days coming up. I got to think you're just ready to get the helmet and pads on. So, and again, some very impressive pro day numbers. Congratulations on that. He is the 2016 NFL draft prospect. Andy Jones, the wide receiver out of Jacksonville University, joining us here on the NUC NFL Draft Bible Player Spotlight Show, presented by the College Gridiron Showcase. And if you could, Andy, I mean, just overall, how would you describe your experience at Jacksonville University?
Definitely a good experience. We had some bumps and bruises here or there, but it was definitely a great experience, great coaching staff, great friends. All around, I had to say it was a blessing, to be able to even play college football, period. So I had to say I definitely enjoyed it, learned a lot. Coming from high school, we didn't have many routes, and then coming to college and seeing a whole playbook, like a real playbook, is what I really, loved, being able to really open up and run different routes. So I had to say just loved all of it.
And you had a really big senior season. You were able to reel in 60 receptions for 860 yards and 8 touchdowns. You were named the team's offensive MVP. What would you attribute your success from not only this past season, but your entire collegiate career? Because, year after year, I mean, it really did look like, looking at the stats, and I was able to check out some of your film, it looks like you're able to improve and really just produce, again, year after year. And certainly looks like you got better year after year. Why was that?
Definitely, got to thank God for that. But also my parents, they instilled, this focus, hard work in me as a young kid, and it kind of just stuck with me going through college. My work ethic, just working hard and getting better, and seeing the results is just, a blessing. I had to say that's what it was. My parents, they raised me right. I love them for it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. And it sounds like you had a pretty good support system as well. Let's say you're able to recommend one game over the last 4 years to an NFL scout to go back and check out. What game would you suggest?
That'd be last season, the first game of the season, Delaware. Very fun game. Just love how we went into that game. I guess projected to lose that game. So, everybody kind of had a little chip on their shoulder. But I really love that game just because fundamentally as a receiver, I feel like I really did well, the little things. So I definitely would. If there was a game, that would be the one, the Delaware game.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe your profile picture on Twitter is from that Delaware game. I could be wrong, but
no, you're right.
Okay, so there you go. Certainly making those memories last there. When did it become more clear to you that you were going to be able to further your football playing career at the professional level? When did you decide that you were going to give this whole NFL thing everything you had?
It's always been a dream as a kid, but it really came real, I guess, when, scouts, when my coaches actually, when they came to me saying, if I want to take this seriously, well, not saying that I wasn't, but if I really want to do this is something that I can do. And, having my coaches tell me that really, just, sparked something in, it was something I believe that I could do, but just hearing your coach, a defensive line coach come up to you and tell you, I really, I've seen Randy Moss play, I've seen all them play, and I believe that you could be just as good, or you could play, to that level. It puts in a whole other perspective for you, and it really, I took that and ran with it.
And I got to think that just added more fuel to the fire. Like you said, it's always been a dream, and now here you are, less than 3 weeks away until we find out where you may land. Now let's leave teammates out of this. Actually, I just had your teammate, defensive back Josh Sellerin on a few weeks ago. But let's leave teammates out of this. Who do you feel is the best player that you've played against over the last few years? Was there ever that defensive back that you knew heading into the week it was going to be a dogfight?
I want to leave players out. Dallas Jackson really good at JU. But I definitely have to say, I was a freshman then, but J.J. Wilcox, the safety for the Cowboys. Safety for the Cowboys, I played that game, and just watching him come down and, like he was just a machine out there. You know, he was moving fast, big body guy. I had to say, like, he was definitely like the most, you know, all around, you know, complete safety, you know, animal out there, I'd say.
And you said that was when you were a freshman. Maybe we could see that matchup again here within the next few months as you get to the next level where he's at now. Like you mentioned, he's with the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see if you land with the team and maybe you see him again maybe later on this year. Again, he is the wide receiver at Jacksonville University, Andy Jones, and he really opened some eyes at the University of Florida Pro Day, at his Jacksonville University Pro Day, and he joins us now on the NUC NFL Draft Bible Player Spotlight Show, presented by the College Gridiron Showcase. And, Andy, give us a brief scouting report on yourself if you can. I mean, what would you say is your biggest strength as a wide receiver, and what is one thing that you still feel that you can improve on?
Biggest strength would definitely be, you know, being able to use my size. And with my size, you know, most DBs, they don't look at my speed. I have to say those two definitely are my strengths. That and knowing the game, you know, understanding the film. You know, most guys, they just rely on athletic ability, but I really love to go deeper and really find out, you know, leverages and hand placements and coverages and on certain downs, and that really opens the game up for you to really play like you want. So I'd say that's one of my biggest strengths.
Is there a part of your game that you feel is overlooked and maybe not too many people realize or take notice of that specific trait?
I have to say, yeah, my leaping ability. You know, I haven't really been something it's not really too much on my film, you know, me really, you know, catching a jump ball or anything like that. I wouldn't really do much of that at JU. But I have to say, you know, that's a part of my game that I feel like can really be opened up. I'm going to really go get it, you know. And I think that's something that was overlooked a little bit, and I feel like I'll definitely be able to use that if I keep playing.
I'll tell you what, I don't think it's overlooked anymore. I think it's certainly one of the top things on your scouting report nowadays. Again, a 41.5-inch vertical at your pro day. What do you feel separates you from any of the other wide receivers in this year's draft class?
There has to be the film study part and just humble beginnings. You know, I really love understanding the game. I really love getting in film study. I really love, you know, taking the game for how it's supposed to be played, you know. And I'd say that's what really will separate me, you know, really knowing the playbook, being ready at camp, you know, no mental errors. And I think that's one thing that's really going to separate me from a lot of other receivers.
Okay, so the stuff that you see or the stuff that you don't see on the field, like you mentioned, the film study, you know, studying your playbook, all of that. All right, sounds good. Now, being from Jacksonville University, obviously not too many people make it to the NFL from JU. Is that something that you're going to kind of take pride in, you know, the small school label, taking a route to the NFL that not too many people have? No, because like I said, I felt like I can do this. I feel like I've been blessed to do it. So, you know, I'm going to let it be what it is. You know, everybody's going to say small school, but I felt like I could play with guys like that my whole life. I have played against guys like that. So it's just competing with other human beings, other athletes. You know, I don't want to look at them mightier than they are. We're all human, and I feel like, you know, I could compete with anybody. So. And I think you've already proven that already. You know, over the last few months, being in a couple all-star games, including the College Gridiron Showcase. A couple more questions for you, and then we'll let you go, Andy. We appreciate you taking some time this afternoon. Is there a current or former NFL wide receiver that you kind of try and mold your game after, maybe take bits and pieces of their game and add it onto your own?
Yes, definitely Demaryius Thomas. I love the way he plays. He's aggressive. He's fast. He's quick, and bigger body guy, you know, so I definitely like to watch how he, you know, runs a dig route, runs an out route, runs a comeback, because, you know, I can kind of try to just mimic it, you know.
Final question. Let's say we have all 32 NFL general managers tuned in. They're listening to this very interview. Why should they want the wide receiver Andy Jones out of Jacksonville University a part of their squad?
Simply because I'm a report in shape. I'm a report ready to go. They're going to be in the playbook because I'm hearing that's probably one of the biggest, you know, learning curves is getting that playbook and being able to play full speed. So that's definitely going to be the first thing I do. Talking to the wide receiver coaches, talking to the special team coaches, definitely want to be able to start on all special teams to help a team out. and then hopefully work my way up on the depth chart as a receiver. But yeah, just no mental errors. I'm a guy that works hard, good work ethic, and I believe that I can help the team win.
Absolutely. And you know what? Obviously what you've done throughout this pre-draft process, you opened eyes at the College Gridiron Showcase, you opened eyes at the FBS Tropic Bowl, and obviously you can continue to do that at the Pro Days, at Jacksonville, at Florida, and here we are less than 3 weeks away until we find out where you land. And, Andy, we appreciate you taking some time this afternoon. It's really been a pleasure chatting with you. I've been really looking forward to this conversation. Glad we were able to finally do it, and, again, we're wishing you all the best as you continue to gear up for the 2016 NFL Draft.
All right, thank you. I thank y'all for inviting me on.